everybody, my name's Jennifer, and I'm with Murphy's Nest. I'm starting a blog, and I just wanted to share some of the things that I have been working on, some of the things that inspire me, and hopefully they'll inspire you guys. So the hottest thing and the hottest trend right now out there for crafting and decorating is the Rae Dunn collection. Now the Rae Dunn collection is basically just simple white platters, cups, bowls, anything you can think of that's like a white canister, ceramic, that kind of thing, and they're adding really cute phrases and sayings to it. Now what I learned is with the Rae Dunn collection is the font. Now the font is the very basis of what is going on here. So I did one here as an example, and I'm going to do one with you guys while we're filming. And basically I used vinyl, which is Oracle 651. Now if you guys follow me, you'll notice a lot of the things I use is done with my Cricut. And so I basically used my Cricut, found a font that I liked that matched similar to the Rae Dunn collection, and I added it to my platter. Now I'm a little bit of a frugal person, so I like to find things that are cheaper but still have the same look. So I had gotten this platter and a whole bunch of these items at the thrift store. Now I think I paid 89 cents for this oval, small little oval one. I think the most expensive one I paid for was $3.98, which was fine. It was a little bit more pricier, but it was for this large bowl here. And it's a nice size bowl. It's going to be great to put stuff in. I've seen people using these Rae Dunn collections to make pretty coffee bars in their homes. They set up a pretty nice cabinet, and then they display all the cups, and the white really pops, so it looks really neat. So then the other thing is a great place to get items is the Dollar Tree. I get these white mugs for $1. This is kind of what inspired me. I actually saw these at the store and decided that this was what project I wanted to work on. So you can also get them at Walmart, Target, anywhere you want. I'm just saying that the thrift store was great. You can go into a thrift store and they have a wall full of just plates and bowls and cups, and it's just like full sets. I think this particular platter that I have right here actually had written with like one of those chalk marker pens. It's a 20-piece set, and they wanted like $8 for it. So you can walk in there and they have full sets of plates, bowls, and cups. Now, just thinking a little bit more ahead, you don't always have to buy a whole set. You can just get a few pieces. So just kind of go with where you want to go with that, but at least you're going to get the look that you're looking for without having to spend the full price. I did look online in the Rae Dunn collection just for the 6-piece canister set. It had, I believe, 3 or 4 canisters. It had like a ladle spoon holder and a few other little pieces. I think it was $220 is what I found online, which is kind of a little bit out of my price range. I would never be able to afford that. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you know, just you got to pinch the pennies sometimes. So still getting the look you want without having to pay the price. Now again, I was talking about the font. So if you have a Cricut, I use a website called dafont.com. It's DAFONT.com. And this particular font was called DJB. I believe it was Espresso Coffee or something along that lines. It looks more like a handwritten font. So you might be able to look in there. There's categories at the top of the page and stuff, and you can kind of play around with it. If you don't want to use this particular font, you can find something similar. What I did was I tried to match it to the pictures that I saw on Pinterest. So let's get started a little bit. I had cut my decals out already. I used Oracle 651. And you can use transfer tape, that's fine. However, I used masking tape. It works great. You don't really have to have any issues with it. And it's cheap and reusable, so if you don't always have transfer tape on hand, this stuff works great. So I used the masking tape and I applied it over top of my letters, as you can all see. And I'm just going to use my scissors here, and I'm going to cut around my words, so that way I can get each into one individually. So again, there's wifey. And I also was on Pinterest looking at what type of platters to figure out what the Rae Dunn collection used on the platters for the words. I saw one for Thanksgiving. It said Friendsgiving, which was kind of cute. I've seen one on there that just said blessed and thankful. I saw a few for like a Halloween theme. It was like spooky and hocus pocus. They did cereal bowls, so they wrote the word cereal. They had mugs, and they had individual people's names on them. So, I mean, there's a variety. So what I would recommend is going on Pinterest and seeing what you liked, and then kind of using those words to go forward. Now, if you don't have a Cricut machine, you can still purchase these items on Etsy. A lot of people on Etsy have a Cricut themselves, and they will sell you decals. And you just go on, you can measure, like, you know, the size of what you want. You can show them a picture of a font that's similar, see if they can locate it for you. And then basically they would just send you the decals. So then that way you don't have to worry about it. Most of the time they will come with the transfer tape on them. If you don't have if they don't come with that, you can use the masking tape. So we're going to start with this one. It's the wifey, and I'm going to use I call it a squeegee, and I just, you know, rub over the edges really good, so that way I know the tape has, the decal has adhered to the tape. So now I'm going to take my mug right here, and I'm going to peel back my vinyl, and it's going to stick to the tape now. So now you can see it's stuck there. Now you can look at your mug and see, you know, which way you're going to hold it. I'm right-handed, so I might actually want to put my decal on this side. However, if you wanted to hang it into a cabinet, but you want it to hang from a certain direction, make sure that you decide which side you want to put it on. So now I'm going to take this, and I like to eyeball things. A lot of people will measure stuff out, and that's completely up to you. So now I'm going to stick this on here. So you're going to see it like that. I'm going to pick up my squeegee again, and I'm going to just rub it on. Make sure you get it really good. So I use that. And what I've been told, my husband knew a guy who did signs professionally. He always says you're supposed to peel from this corner, which is your top right, and peel down. I'm not sure what the purpose is, but I've noticed if I peel from the other direction, sometimes it just doesn't come out as nice. Sometimes it peels back. So what you're going to see is I'm peeling off the masking tape here, and it's leaving the decal on the mug. Now, another little tip and tidbit I can give you is these are good to hand wash. I wouldn't recommend dishwasher. However, I've put some items with decals on them in the dishwasher and haven't had any issues, but they might not hold up as long. So just kind of keep that in mind. And there you go. We got the little coffee mug here. And then I have a whole bunch of other ones. So I'm going to work on these a little bit, and you guys can kind of get a good idea what we're going to do. So I have this one right here. I think this one would look really good on this bowl. I made it a little bit smaller than the others. This one says Delish, and I did find that on Pinterest. It was on one of the Rae Dunn items, so I know this word is similar to what they have on there. So again, I'm just going to peel it back. You're going to see the decal on this side, and then you're going to see the masking tape on that side. And I'm going to try to center this. Now for a coffee bar, these would be super cute to put like maybe little sugar packets in, or you know, I don't know if you guys do hot chocolate, but sometimes you can put little peppermint sticks in here, make it a little bit of like a hot chocolate kind of thing. Also, I've noticed, you know, they decorate these areas super cute. So if you do like a holiday, these are all white dishes and they're gonna look cute with whatever you put out. So like if you wanted to do little pumpkins around them and do some Halloween words, or if you're gonna stick with like a Christmas theme and just put like a whole bunch of really pretty Christmas evergreen stuff, you know, that kind of thing, it'll look adorable. So now I got the word delish on here. And let's see here. I have this one I really like, and I thought it would fit perfectly right on this plate. This one is called Blessed. So let's add this on real quick. And if you notice how easy this is, I mean, literally I'm just putting stickers on these plates. So they work out wonderful. And you're still getting the look that you're looking for. So now I'm going to eyeball this one as well. This would be a cute little platter for cheese and crackers. So if you got like a little cheese and cracker set and just put it on here and cut it up. I wouldn't cut on these dishes. I would use a cutting board, obviously, because you don't want the decals to get you know, ruined, like have little slice marks or whatever in there. I also had done some Christmas cookie plates one year for like a craft show, and you don't want to set, like, for example, 2 plates on top of each other, because if they do rub, the decal on the bottom plate may pull up. I did see online a couple people have used heat transfer vinyl. Basically it's the same process. The only difference is instead of pulling off the transfer sheet as a sticker or like a masking tape, they're actually ironing it on. Now that might be a little bit difficult on some of these objects being round, but I mean, you guys can give that a try. I've seen a lot of people tell me that that works out a little bit better. I don't know in terms of how long it stays on, if it's any better, but they also have sublimation too, which I haven't really gotten into, but I would love to try someday. But this is just for occasions, so I'm not really gonna have a whole lot of issues with you know, them rubbing and stuff. So as you can see, I'm just adding a couple of these on now, and once we're done, they're gonna look super cute. Put, I think, this yummy one on this bowl. I think, actually, you know what? I think I cut the word enjoy for this bowl. I remember I did a little bit smaller. Now, also, just a quick thing is, I used Mean Green. It's like a little cleaning spray to get some of the sticker stuff off, and like that crayon chalk marker that they had used for the pricing. So if you buy stuff from the thrift store and you see they had written on it, just use a little bit of that and try. Goof Off or Goo Gone is also a really good product to use. If you're going to use a sponge, you want to make sure that you use like the blue scrubby sponge, because you don't want the ceramic getting scratched. And apparently the blue ones are scratch resistant. This one's coming off a little bit harder than the rest. Alright, so if you get a little piece, I don't know if you can see that like peels and it doesn't want to come off the tape, just push the tape back down and then you can rub over it again. Or like I can use my finger or even your squeegee and just hold the corner and still pull, and that will work fine. Don't be alarmed if it doesn't come off your transfer tape or your masking tape so quickly. There's always little tricks. You just kind of have to work with it. Now this bowl had like a small little indentation on the ring. around the edge. I don't know if you can see that. So I just went directly over it. And to be honest with you, I think it still looks fine. If I had put it down any lower, it might not be as easy to read. So now I did have another project that kind of went with the Rae Dunn look. I'm going to work on the rest of these in a little bit, but I also wanted to share, I had found on Pinterest this lady who took a picture, and it was in this cute little wire basket, and it looked like it may be been for a craft show that she was selling. And she used the similar font to the Rae Dunn collection, and she put them on 2x4s. I mean, these are simple 2x4s. Now, this particular one I stained, however, you don't have to. And I just used a little bit of white paint. It was just regular acrylic. I think I got it at Walmart. It was like apple bottom or apple something, apple made, I don't remember. So I just put that on there. I stained all my edges and my back. And then I used a little bit of sandpaper. You can use any grit. However, the higher the grit, the more it's going to come off. So like a 60 or 80 grit would be fine. And I just roughed up the edges a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. And basically, you have a couple little blocks that you can put with your plates. And you can kind of get your holiday look. So if you have maybe a coffee station and you want to decorate it a little bit more, you can add some of those little vines from like, I think Dollar Tree has them. Any of the stores have them, like with the little pretty leaves. And you can put it around and then add these in there, and they'll give it some pop of color. I also made, they were 4x4s. They were little pumpkins, and I put a little stem on the top, and I put them on here in a bookshelf. Super cute idea. So if you guys are looking for some more ideas from the Rae Dunn collection, and if you haven't noticed, I use the same font that I use on these dishes on these blocks. Super cute. 2x4s are like less than $3, and you can get so many different sizes cut out. You pick whatever size you want. I went random and picked a whole bunch of different sizes, and I mean, if you're selling them at a craft store or a craft show, these would be like an instant profit. You could sell a set of these probably for $10 and make like $6, $7 off this entire project here. So that was another idea I wanted to share with you guys. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this little tutorial and blog that I have created, and maybe you guys will stop back and check some of my other projects out. Thank you.